Welcome to the Ominous Omens channel, a channel dedicated to entertain your dark delights. Enjoy the video. Story number 1. The haunting mystery of Tara Calico's disappearance.
I can't shake the feeling that something sinister happened on that summer day in 1988. The disappearance of Tara Calico is one of those cases that just sticks with you, you know? It's been over 3 decades and we still don't have answers. But tonight, we're gonna explore this haunting mystery and try to piece together what might have happened to this young woman who simply vanished into thin air. It was July 27th, 1988 in Belen, New Mexico. Tara Calico, a 19-year-old college student, woke up early that morning, probably looking forward to her daily bike ride. She was an avid cyclist, you guys, and she had a routine. Every day, she'd ride her pink Huffy bicycle along Highway 47, listening to her favorite music on her Walkman. That morning, Tara told her mom she'd be back by noon. She hopped on her bike around 9:30 a.m., ready for what should have been just another ride. But she never came home. It's chilling to think about how ordinary that morning must have felt to Tara, not knowing it would be the last time she'd ever be seen. Imagine being Tara's mom, Patty Dole. You're expecting your daughter home by noon, but the clock ticks past 12, then 12:30, and still no sign of Tara, that pit in your stomach growing with each passing minute. By 12:30, Patty was worried enough to go out looking for Tara herself. She drove along Tara's usual route, searching for any sign of her daughter, but all she found was nothing. No Tara, no bike, no clue as to what might have happened. Can you imagine the fear, the panic setting in? As soon as Patty realized something was wrong, she called the police. And let me tell you guys, the community of Belen rallied around the Calico family. Search parties were organized, flyers were posted everywhere, and people combed through miles and miles of desert landscape looking for any trace of Tara. But this is where things get weird. They found Tara's bike and her Boston cassette tape, but no Walkman. The bike was discovered about 2,000 feet from where she was last seen, hidden in the bushes off the side of the road. It's like whoever took Tara wanted to hide the evidence, but why leave the bike and take the Walkman? It just doesn't add up, you know? For years, Tara's case went cold. Despite all the efforts, all the searches, all the pleas for information, nothing. It was like Tara had just vanished into thin air. But then, in 1989, something happened that blew this case wide open again. A woman in Port St. Joe, Florida, found a Polaroid photo in a convenience store parking lot. And what she saw in that photo? It sent chills down her spine. The photo showed a young woman and a boy, both bound and gagged, lying on what looked like sheets and pillowcases. And that young woman? She bore a striking resemblance to Tara Calico. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first saw that Polaroid, my blood ran cold. The girl in the photo looked so much like Tara. Same hair, same bone structure. And her eyes? They seemed to be pleading for help. The photo was analyzed by multiple experts, and many believed it was indeed Tara. But what makes this even creepier is, there was a boy in the photo too who looked to be about 9 or 10 years old. To this day, no one knows who this boy is or if he's connected to Tara's disappearance. It's like, we got a glimpse into a nightmare, but we still can't make sense of what we're seeing. As you can imagine, theories about what happened to Tara are all over the place. Some people think she was hit by a car and the driver panicked and hit her body. Others believe she was abducted by someone local who knew her routine. And then there are those who think this might be connected to something bigger, like, human trafficking. But the Polaroid, it adds a whole new level to this mystery. If it is Tara in that photo, what happened to her? Was she held captive for all those years? And what about the boy? Was he another victim? Or maybe... And this is a terrifying thought. Could he have been Tara's son? The questions just keep piling up, and the answers seem further away than ever. Through it all, Tara's mom, Patty, never gave up hope. She appeared on talk shows, worked with private investigators, and kept Tara's case in the public eye for years. You gotta admire her strength and determination, you know? To keep fighting, keep searching, even when it seemed like all hope was lost. Over the years, there have been so many leads that seemed promising at first, only to turn into dead ends. Sightings of Tara, tips about her whereabouts, even more photos that people thought might be her. But nothing ever panned out. It's like, every time there's a glimmer of hope, it gets snuffed out. And so, here we are, over 30 years later, and Tara's disappearance remains a mystery. Patty passed away in 2006, never knowing what happened to her daughter. It's heartbreaking to think about, isn't it? A mother's worst nightmare, never resolved. The case remains open, but will we ever know the truth? As we come to the end of this haunting tale, I can't help but wonder, what really happened to Tara Calico? Is she still out there somewhere, or did something tragic happen on that summer day in 1988? One thing's for sure, this case continues to haunt all those who hear about it, and maybe, just maybe, someone out there knows something that could finally bring closure to this decades-long mystery.
Story number 2. Shadows over Sweetwater, a small town's dark secret.
Sweetwater, Georgia. Looks peaceful, don't it? Cotton fields stretch into the horizon, pecan groves rustling in the breeze. But let me tell you, appearances can be, well, mighty deceiving.
This town's got more secrets than a graveyard at midnight.
True, but as long as Martha's serving her peach cobbler, the devil stays away.
All right, kids, look both ways now. That's it, nice and easy.
Thanks, Sheriff Bennington.
You have a good day now, you hear?
Sheriff, diner's closed. Martha ain't never closed before, not in 35 years.
Now, I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation. I'll head over to Martha's place, check on her myself.
Sheriff Bennington, I was supposed to open up with Martha today. She never showed.
Don't you worry, Claire. I'm sure she's just under the weather. Why don't you head on home and I'll sort this out. Martha? Martha, you in there? Door's open. Oh, good Lord, Martha. This can't be happening. Not here, not in Sweetwater.
Clyde, we need this wrapped up quick. Can't have folks thinking Sweetwater ain't safe no more. You understand the gravity of the situation, don't you?
With all due respect, Mayor, this ain't no shoplifting case. We're talking murder here. Can't just slap a Band-Aid on it and call it a day.
Just do what you gotta do, and do it fast and quiet-like.
Jared, I hear you and your Aunt Martha had some financial disagreements.
I just needed a loan, that's all. She said no, I swear I'd never hurt her.
Martha, she kept a ledger. With names, numbers, I don't know what it means, but...
But you think it might be important?
I'm scared, Sheriff. What if whoever did this comes after me next?
Now, Claire, I promise you, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You just leave this to me, you hear? Well, I'll be... Martha, what were you mixed up in? Sweet Jesus. Half the town's in here. What in tarnation was going on? Huh, even Pastor Riley's got an entry. Now ain't that something?
Where is he? Where's that good-for-nothing sheriff?
Red, calm down. This ain't helping nobody.
Don't tell me to calm down. Martha's dead, and this joke of a lawman ain't doing squat.
Red, why don't we take this somewhere more private, like, say, the station? We can have a nice, civilized conversation, maybe over some of Martha's leftover cobbler.
I ain't going nowhere with you, Bennington. You couldn't find your own shadow if it was painted on the ground. You got some nerve showing up here, Bennington.
Just here for a friendly chat, Red. Maybe clear the air about your little disagreement with Martha.
Disagreement? Ha! That old bat was running a gambling ring right under your nose.
That's so? And I suppose you were just an innocent bystander?
Innocent? Nah. But a killer? That ain't my style. I like my victims breathing. Makes it easier to collect.
Driving back to town, I couldn't shake the feeling I was being followed. Every car in my rear view looked suspicious. Hell, even the scarecrows in the field seemed to be watching me. Drop the case or you'll be dropping 6 feet under. Well, ain't that just peachy?
Everything. All right, Sheriff.
Just dandy, Johnson. Say, you seen anyone hanging around the station lately?
Can't say that I have, Sheriff. Been quiet as a mouse fart round here.
Morning, Mrs. Perkins. Lovely day, ain't it?
Oh, yes, lovely. Must be going now.
Johnson, what in the Sam Hill are you doing?
Sheriff, I was just clearing out some old files. Spring cleaning, you know?
In the middle of June with case files from last week and... What am I missing, Martha? What didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, Martha. I let you down. I let the whole damn town down. With deepest sympathies, Pastor John Riley, well, I'll be damned.
Sheriff, are you sure about this?
Sure as sin, Claire. Now keep an eye out, would you?
Sheriff, look at this. The church's financial records.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Looks like our good pastor's been playing fast and loose with the collection plate.
And what, pray tell, are you doing in the house of the Lord at this ungodly hour?
Evening, Pastor. Just doing a little soul searching.
I think you'll find, Sheriff, that those who go looking for trouble tend to find it.
Funny thing about trouble, Pastor. It's got a way of finding you, whether you're looking or not.
You don't understand. The church needed that money. I was doing God's work.
Well, I reckon that's between you and the big man upstairs, but down here we call it theft and murder.
You can't prove anything.
Now, Pastor. Let's not add assault and an officer to your rap sheet. It's getting longer than a sermon on Sunday.
What in heaven's name is going on here?
Folks, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Turns out our beloved pastor here's been cooking the books.
She was going to ruin everything. I had no choice.
There's always a choice, Pastor. You just made the wrong one.
More coffee, Sheriff.
Now, Claire, you know I ain't been sheriff in years. But I'll take that coffee all the same. Sweetwater's still standing. Still serving up the best damn peach cobbler this side of the Mason-Dixon. But now, well, let's just say we keep our secrets a little closer to the vest, and our friends a little closer to our hearts.